And here is another quick take with the Real Estate Law Podcast. My name is Jason Muth, one of the hosts. I'm with Straightforward Short-Term Rentals and Pride Away Stays. This quick take is with our good friend Jake Cohen. We love Jake. We met Jake at a conference a couple years ago. Jake invited me out to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, where he lives. Me and a few other operators of short-term, medium-term rentals all got together. It was like late spring, I believe. There was still a lot of snow on the ground, and there was an option to go skiing or go to the hot springs during our time out there. We ended up going to the hot springs on one of our days off from kind of masterminding and really sharing a lot of great ideas. Jake is a family guy. I met his wife and kids. Great community man. Owns a few properties there and in Gulfshores, Alabama. He's co-hosting a lot of properties right now. I think at the time he only had a few, but now he's got a bunch because he's great at revenue management and listing optimization. I learned a lot from him while I was out in Steamboat and actually applied those things immediately and got a number of bookings I wouldn't have gotten as a result. So basically paid for the entire trip. Jake and I were talking in this podcast episode about working for your business, not on your business. We hear it a lot in podcasts, like where, people want to have a 4-hour work week where basically they outsource everything. They manage those people, they do very little, and then they, spend all that time doing whatever they want to do with their lives. That's great. Okay. I think Jake and I are very similar in that we are a little more hands-on with our business. Like we certainly hire out the things that either we can't do, don't want to do, or it really isn't just worth our time to do because it'll take us a lot longer. But I think that the two of us have no problem actually getting our fingers dirty with the properties, showing up at them, meeting the contractors, maybe doing some of that stuff ourselves. What Jake talked about in this quick take is the value of doing that with young eyes looking on, meaning our children, where they see the hard work that mom and dad are putting into their business, and hopefully it's instilling upon them a sense of value, a sense of accomplishment as to the work that's being done and how that actually leads to happy stays with guests, better properties, and food on the table. So give a listen to this quick take. The full episode with Jake is also linked in the show notes. And think hard when you're working on your business. Don't be ashamed if you're actually doing some things that you think you should be outsourcing. If you still enjoy doing them, that's part of what we do. That's part of why we're entrepreneurs. Do the things that you want to still do. Give a listen. Rory jokes that like my car is never empty. Like I'm always bringing a carload of stuff somewhere. And up in Guilford at the property this past weekend, we had 2 cars up there, and I'm like, this is great. I now have an empty car. I can go get a bunch of stuff and bring it back to the house. I actually don't mind doing that stuff still. I don't know about you, but I think it's okay.
I enjoy that stuff as well, but I think that that's the key. When people say you have to take yourself out of the business, the reason they say that is because you get bogged down and you get frustrated and you don't want to do it anymore. If you're still enjoying it, there's no reason to take yourself out of the business. I think you just have to realize, when am I 6 months or a year away from that point, and, start hiring the help then before you hit that point and you're ready to sell everything and, blow up your business. Because I've met a lot of people that certainly get to that point and they're there for 2 or 3 years and they're hating their life. And the whole reason I think we got into real estate investing was to have a better lifestyle, to be able to give time to our family and our kids and to be able to do the activities that we want. The cool thing that I see from it is I'm able to show my kids what hard work can get you. And now we have these nice things. We have these nice places that we can go to. And when I'm there, I have to do a little bit of work. And the kids see that we have to do some work while we're on vacation. But most of the time we get to have a really nice time. And I just feel very lucky that is my life. And, coming from a blue collar job as a firefighter, a lot of the guys that I worked with, they are not thinking that way. They're, relying on a pension and they're planning on working for 30 or 35 years. And the honest truth is a lot of the guys that are 20 or 25 years in, they shouldn't be there anymore. Their bodies are broken and they just know they have to make it 10 more years to get the amount in their pension. And I feel very lucky to be on this side of it, not waiting 10 more years and just breaking my body further and doing something that I enjoy most days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, this is why are we doing this in the first place? It's the why. We do it for time. We do it for our family. You and I talked about that in Florida. I think I remember meeting your daughter on a FaceTime, like when you called home once.
Yeah.
Our daughter is 3.5 right now. She gets so confused because we just keep her going to a different house all the time. And it sounds so snobby, but we're buying these properties for them to be income generating. Like nothing that we do besides our primary home is designed to just be like kick back and relax. Everything generates income. She doesn't get it, especially here where we have multiple houses in a row. Sometimes we'll drive past the house next door to get to this house, and she'll be like, "Wait, that's my house."
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, but we're going to the other one of your houses, and the other one in the middle is the one that's going to be your house too. So she probably doesn't get it, and all she knows is her stuff is kind of at all these places.
Which is which I mean, as time goes on, she'll catch more and more of that. But I think it's amazing to have this lifestyle, and I think that it's really nice to be entrepreneurial in your mind, and whether you actually are an entrepreneur and have your own business, or you help someone else that is an entrepreneur, but you can have that mindset of understanding that you're building something, you're making something greater. I feel very lucky that I'm able to employ the cleaners that I do, to employ the handyman that I do, to have business for the AC guys and the the electricians and all of that, because I'm supporting the economy and I'm building this business and it's supporting me. But I also feel like I can get my hands dirty. I can do some of the work myself, and it's very rewarding. My wife and I have been painting our primary residence. It's kind of the first time I really convinced my wife to do a pretty big job with me. And it's been great, because we're working together. Hey, Jake, I can't do that upper part because I'm scared to get on the ladder. Can you do that part? But we see the results of our hard work, and you appreciate it a lot more than if you just say, here's $10,000, paint my house. I'm going to be back in 2 weeks. You don't get that same reward.
All right, there's another quick take with the Real Estate Law Podcast. For the full episode, go to YouTube or Spotify or iTunes or wherever you heard or listened to that quick take. We also have all of our episodes posted at realestatelawpodcast.com. So on behalf of Rory Gill, I'm Jason Muth, one of your hosts, and we thank you for listening.